Yeah, I think this is a good tier list. I think this is a pretty accurate ranking system we got here.
I think I absolutely don't get it, but sure.
That's part of the joke. Alright, so how do you feel about the Sonic 1 final boss? Not gonna lie, this boss is kind of boring.
I think it was fine, you know what I mean? Maybe B tier, B or C tier. So yeah, but I mean it's kind of the start point, and it was nothing but what was it, 8 bits, 6 bits? Like come on, it couldn't have been. What else could you have really done?
I mean, I guess for the time it was alright. Fine, we can put it up there and B. Now, the Death Egg robot, that one I think is pretty iconic. So, it's the fat Eggman robot. It's the robot that looks like him, except it's got like the 3 little spikes on his hands.
I see. Yeah. I hated that boss fighting it. It was fine. Definitely never figured out how to get past it with rings though. Anytime I got past Metal Sonic. But it was fine.
Bro, you just jump over the claws when he shoots them at you.
I'm not that good. And then isn't he gonna just retract them back at you? Or is that just later game mechanics? Cause like, bruh.
No, he does that.
Maybe he retracts after a time.
Yep. It requires you to like actually react and move.
Well, yeah. It's confusing.
Well, let me not talk about it like it's this like deep boss, but it's really not.
Hurt. It's a fine boss though. Fine boss. I think that's a deserving B tier.
So, what about the egg spinner from Sonic CD?
Shoot. I think that one was a kind of easier boss fight for me. I think it could kind of go in C tier. The egg spinner didn't do too much for me. It kind of just required you to run around.
I don't think it's that good either. Like, it's kind of just it spins, and then you sit in the little cubbies that it creates and just hit it when the little blades fly off. It's just...
Yeah.
Now, Big Arms was great. Big Arms was like, I remember when it first showed up in like Sonic 3, and like the sky just went dark, and that ominous music started to play.
Cheapest Eggman invention ever made. I remember spending 3 hours on it. I could give it A tier. I could give it Hunter x Hunter tier.
It was even able to damage Supersonic for some reason, but we don't talk about that ever. I definitely think that this is the best of like the classic final bosses.
I hated Slam move. I hated whenever I caught by the arms and it slammed me on the ground, getting rid of my rings. But I guess everyone hates that, or hates losing their rings.
So what about the Doomsday robot from Sonic 3 and Knuckles? When you beat the robot with the fingers after you've collected all the emeralds, it turns into this. I'm not too big a fan of it because this boss fight is literally just not necessarily defeating the robot. Move around in a way to where the missiles hit the robot itself.
I think that one was kind of easy, but it was also one of our earlier earlier boss fights where we had to utilize Supersonic, so I appreciate it.
Honestly, it was pretty good.
It was okay. I never really got to the final weapon. Mostly just kind of watched other players play it on YouTube at this point now. But it was interesting. Wasn't the worst Sonic boss fight, but it was just linear, but so was the whole game. Sonic CD after like a certain level. Wasn't too much fighting behind it. It was mostly just a matter of mechanics, man.
So what about Perfect Perfect Chaos?
Shit. In a 1v1? I think Perfect Chaos might got it, bro. It's a world eater.
I mean, I don't know if his boss fight is that good. It's like an iconic boss that everybody remembers, but like the fight itself is not good.
Could have been there, and I guess that I'm
probably could eat the world with chompers like that, though.
Of course. But yeah. I think the stages was good. I think it was a great concept, but I think that I expected a little more, I guess, from the end boss fight from Perfect Chaos. I expected a bit more.
Yeah.
Supersonic was fantastic, but like, maybe I'm getting a little older. That end of 90s baby shit.
I mean, let's be fair. Most people can say it's nostalgia, There's like most games that come out nowadays are like dog shit anyway, so who's really the clown?
Shit, I guess us for buying it.
Not wrong. Not wrong. FinalHazard. Now, I actually like this one. I think the lore surrounding the FinalHazard is very interesting too. Like, it was supposed to be the ultimate life form, but it wasn't. It failed, and then it just became a guard dog, basically.
For the moon, that's kind of crazy.
Ain't it though? And the boss fight is pretty cool too.
Or one of our beginner 3D bosses.
Yeah, I don't think that this one's like the peak of like difficulty or anything, but I think the boss fight in general is just pretty good. For the FinalHazard, I think they really did a good job of like setting the tension for this boss. Gerald designed this thing to steer the space colony into the Earth to destroy it as like revenge, and now you're on a time limit to stop it. Yeah, I just think that the boss is really good.
Getting to control 2 super forms is really good. I feel like we kind of get a recreation of that with later boss we're going to talk about. But I like that one the best. 2 was enough.
Long time no see, Sonic. My lonesome copy.
Metal Overlord.
Yeah, he's definitely in Across the Spider-Verse tier.
He also wins the contest of having the best final boss name too.
Metal Overlord.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a little edgy for me. I personally have a different favorite, but I definitely agree he's up there in top 3.
He's also has like the best like vocal theme, I think.
True. Tell me you don't listen to What I'm Made Of.
People try to cap it, say What I'm Made Of isn't that great. Just say you never got to this without saying you never got to it.
For real. The game was too hard, we get it.
Just go play an easy game like Elden Ring.
A little more kindergartner. Dark Souls 1.
Easy games are out there for you. You don't have to make it everybody else's problem.
I gave you life, and yet you defy me. So be it. You shall pay for your gratitude.
Devil Doom.
I think he was a good boss fight.
I'm honestly curious as to how he thought he was gonna beat Shadow after collecting all this Chaos Emeralds. Yeah, like, the boss fight for Devil Doom is basically just like a worse version of Metal Overlord, honestly.
I love teleporting him up to the moon so he could get zapped. Definitely a fruits of our labor.
I love how literally nobody questions how Team Chaotic got on the arc to fire the laser. Like, they were just there at the right time. He kind of just, like, chaos controlled around the map. He didn't really do anything. He shot at you every now and again, but...
I mean, yeah, but he also had a few other things that were shooting at you. You know, there was a bunch of flying, you know, the little things that kind of shot at you. Obstacles, and I think obstacles work in the air way better than they do, like, on a land or any kind of supposed platform.
I would agree with you, but Cuphead exists, and I hate playing battles. Anyways, there's a lot more I could complain about with that game, so if you want to see that, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button. Let me know which game you want to see me play in the future.
See, Cuphead is a good ranking too. We got to do that next video.
Make sure to hit that like button for the Cuphead ranking video.
I liked it.
Okay, way to cut
Like
and picking
overall.
second here. Did we settle on Perfect Chaos and GOAT? I don't
you
know if
feel
he should
differently?
be up there.
Dang. Oh, shit. He's the most memorable boss though, for sure.
This is the end of you, and the end to my cursed past.
Now, I know this one's your favorite, Solaris.
Got to. It just sounds cool and pretty elegant with it. Solaris. Come on, bro. That's gonna be my first daughter.
He's definitely the boss that's more popular than he has any right to be, considering he comes from the most infamous game.
That's why he's so popular. And they gave him he's definitely like top 3 strongest in our game or in his Sonic game.
Oh, yeah.
Sonic or Solaris ascends time and space, bro. Come on. Well, time for sure. I'm gonna work on space. We're figuring that part out.
There is a good chunk of the Sonic community that loves power scaling, so Solaris is definitely their go-to. as a boss?
I'll actually even say it was difficult. You have to manage 3 different super forms, and honestly, it feels like your rings go down way faster because you have 3 forms to maintain. So I'll say Solaris is definitely A tier. I'd give it higher, me personally, as a bias, but I'll say A tier for sure.
Perfect Dark Gaia.
Definitely favorite game. Endless Possibility, I still bump that too. Dark Gaia's boss fight was really good. Interchanging from, just running around Speed Sonic to Super Form Sonic. I even liked fighting as the Gaia Colossus. I think it was a pretty upper fight. I could give that A tier. Probably even a GO tier.
Yeah. Using Gaia Colossus was pretty rough for me, I won't lie. Mostly because I refused to block. It would have been nice to use that power in the boss fight, but they decided to take the wear form away, like right at the end.
I appreciate it because they gave us Gaia Colossus, and I think that was enough. I didn't see the purpose of me running around with claws after that. And if you told me that my claws were now big enough to capture a giant, I guess I would have believed it, but that would have been a hard sell as a Sonic fan.
Dude, the Werehog already had stretchy arms, so it's like the suspension of disbelief could have been shattered so much more if they gave it a super form.
But now he's Gear 5 long before Gear 5.
It would have been Gear 5 before Gear 5. Like, so much missed potential. Nega-Wisp Armor.
It was okay. Definitely couldn't get past the power of friendship, but Sonic Colors is an upper game. I say that one's a B tier.
It's definitely one of the bosses on the list, honestly.
It's definitely off the list.
Yeah, this creation was pretty much doomed to fail, because by this point Sonic had already mastered all the Wisp powers, so it's like just using those Wisp powers yourself wasn't really going to do anything.
Not to mention they're sentient, so it's probably just a matter of, oh, we like him better.
What about the Time Eater from Generations?
Don't know how Eggman keeps coming out of his bag with all these good ass bosses. Time Eater was really it. We beat him in a previous game. He's locked in time and space with his cronies. He finds some demon. Don't know what he pieces together from his robots to control it. Goes to get himself. And then proceeds to bust up Sonic's some anniversary. But yeah, no, Time Eater was retarded. Good boss fight. I think it was okay because he had to use Sonic and Classic Sonic. I feel like I always do like seeing them both together. Though I kind of don't like the classic stages as much as I like the faster or the modern stages.
No, you don't like the classic stages in Sonic Forces, but we haven't gotten there yet.
I mean, Sonic Forces was okay. It wasn't too much different. Just classic stages would get a little slower. Well, sometimes they do. Green Hill never was slow.
Egg Robo. And this one is the Sonic Lost World final boss.
Didn't get to play Lost World.
Nobody did. I'll be honest. None of these bosses are gonna be an Overwatch 2 tier. I just put it there because fuck Overwatch 2.
Fair enough.
The Egg Reverie Zone. This guy's from Sonic Mania. Kinda weird. He kinda just like flies around stopping you from hitting him, and then like you hit him, and then the fight just kinda ends. I don't really know what to say about this boss. I mean, he's pretty good. He's not boring.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll probably think of something better to say later.
Don't worry.
Okay, Death Egg Robot with the same name as the Sonic 2 final boss, but this one is from Sonic Forces. In Sonic Forces, they kind of just like scrapped Infinite, like right at the end.
I do not remember that. I remember them dropping an entire sun on us.
No, that was the setup for the climax, and then we defeated Infinite and it went away. And then Eggman said, fine, I'll do it myself.
It was mid. it was kind of just his last-ditch effort to try to let us not get away like he thought we were too tired to deal with it. Like, if he had kind of still had Sonic captured up in the Death Egg and tried some shit like that, I think he would have caught a W.
Yeah, the Death Egg robot was kind of boring. Like 90% of the fight is literally just him like swiping the board with lasers that progressively get faster, sure, but it's like there's nothing really here. And of course you win by the power of friendship at the end, so
This bump starts to play and everything goes right.
now that was honestly a plus. I would give it more just for that. But we need to start padding out the mid section anymore, more so.
I was cut in half, destroyed, but through its Janus key, the void called to me. It brought me here, and here I was reborn.
Speaking of mid, how do you feel about Kingdom Hearts from Sonic Frontiers?
It was okay. I was annoyed by the fight. I got through it, I guess.
Everybody was annoyed by the fight.
No.
It was the perfect level of complication. It made me feel like Sonic was going a little more towards Dark Souls, but I liked it.
Dude, no, don't compare everything to Dark Souls. You don't want to be that guy.
Just the last boss. And maybe I managed my rings wrong, so that way like I had low amount of rings but a high amount of speed. But like, yo. No.
You see his eyes?
If we were judging it based off like the normal ending, like the original ending for the game, I would probably put it like 2 spaces down. Because I'll be honest, I didn't hate it. I know a lot of people did, but I didn't hate it. But after the Final Horizon update, like, I gotta put it in GOAT. It's too good.
Oh, after the update, I think I've only touched that one.
The stories of this world are mine!
Alf-Layla Wa Layla.
I think Sonic and the Secret Rings is underrated. He beat a genie. Most people kind of can't wrap their heads around the fact that genies are kind of omnipotent. So, I think he's kind of an upper tier, at least B tier.
I mean, I
Probably
guess
A.
kinda, sorta. But we're not judging the characters based on their power. We're judging by how good their fight is.
Damn.
I'll be honest, his transformation's pretty cool. He does he does his opera singer voice as he's transforming, but his boss fight is like dog shit. Yeah, maybe one day it'll get a remaster and be put on platforms that are actually good.
Being on the Switch wouldn't be so bad, actually.
I would prefer it on literally anything else. I think I would be happier if it was on mobile.
Me too.
You would not understand, nor could you understand. That's why I must do what I must do. I am finished with you.
The Dark Queen from Sonic and the Black Knight.
Yeah. I was surprised. Never got that far.
Unfortunately, she made the cardinal sin of being a woman, so it's like, I can't really like you too much.
Damn, now I bet she was kind of strong. Because there are some females in here that's really kind of OD.
Cap.
Well, I don't know about like female bosses, but I mean, there are some females in Sonic that are OD.
Like who?
Anyway.
Name even one.
Amy, that's the strongest woman to hit somebody with a hammer I've ever seen.
I mean, that's not true. What about Eustace from Courage the Cowardly Dog?
That's that woman.
That is... okay, fair.
I had to think you were about to tell me he's a woman. Crazy of you.
Wait, did Eustace's mom ever use that hammer? I can't remember it.
Once in the whale episode?
Shit, I'll have to look it up. I'll add it to the video if she did. Now, what about the Sonic Advance final boss? No.
Not gonna lie, Sonic Advanced and Sonic Advance 2 didn't get to the end of it.
I'll be honest with you, they're kind of interchangeable.
How so?
I mean,
What do they look like, at least?
well, the Sonic 2 final boss is basically just like a serpent kind of thing.
Okay.
And then the Super Robot is just a robot. And it's like, it looks like a beta version of the Sonic 2 final boss.
I bet they're pretty good. Sounds a little mid, though.
And they're both kind of just like, you fly around as Supersonic in space, which is admittedly cool. Like it's cool, but you know.
That's all it is.
Yes. That's literally all it is. Ultimate General from Advance 3. Now that one, I would say is better.
Yeah, I like General. General makes me feel like,
He's kind of a bitch though, I won't lie.
What do you mean?
I always hated him.
You hated him because he's like a better Omega.
No, wait. I hated him from Hello.
That's a wild statement of you. General is pretty solid.
The only reason I like this boss is because you fight him with Eggman and then you shoot Eggman at him, which is like, that's like a bonus.
That's a bonus!
It's like a direct parallel from the end in Sonic Frontiers, where Eggman shoots you at the end, but now you're shooting Eggman.
I guess so.
It's amazing.
I keep fumbling this bag.
Egg Salamander from Sonic Rush.
I didn't get there.
Yes, Super Sonic and Super Blaze were cool.
Super Blaze I always wanted to see. Does she still turn yellow?
She's like a hot pink.
Figures. I can respect that.
Other than that, it's not really much I can say. It's a DS boss. You just like you move across the screen.
I mean, it was back in the Portables days, so you know, shit. Sometimes it's the expectation from the characters themselves. It's not necessarily the fight.
I mean, I know a lot of people are gonna be mad at me, like, oh, a lot of these bosses are just moving across the screen. It's like, okay. But it's like, the DS games were just so sort of automated about it. I don't know what to tell you.
But what else could they do?
Not lock games behind the worst possible platform.
Hey, DS was pretty solid. DS wasn't the worst possible platform. I'm pretty sure everyone except for like us growing up had a DS.
Whatever. Whatever. In fact, I'm putting Egg Wizard there just for the same reason.
Just for the same reason.
And Nega-Wisp Mommy.
Oh, wait a minute. She was DS only? Hold on.
Yep. Egg Destroyer, I'm literally just gonna put you and Boruto shouldn't exist. Because, like, that sprite they used is, like, goofy as hell. Like, no, can't deal with it. What about Emerald from Sonic Battle?
At least B tier. I think I'd put General at least in B tier. B or A tier.
You know what? I'm moving the DS bosses down.
I'm moving the DS bosses down!
Except for the advanced bosses. Because I actually
The advanced
like
bosses are gonna pass. And actually, aren't those Game Boy? Yeah, well, that's different.
They are different. They're just built different.
Mm-hmm. Genetically different.
Supreme,
Kinda sucks.
that last line you put out was like mid, so...
I mean, maybe not mid.
I'm trying to be nice. I don't want to put him in mid. I want to put him like something higher, but it's like Supreme's just not that good a fight. Like, he's just not.
I like him. I think his boss, and I think like his thought concept of a boss is cool. But I guess I agree with you. His fight wasn't special.
Is that it?
Eh. I'll be nice and just put him. I'll just put him in B.
I would have done C. You're better than me.
Now, for what we've all waited for.
Yeah, if there are more people in a lower rank, it'll piss more people off. So let's do that.
That's the way to go. Sonic has had just a lot of mid or less bosses, and it's not our it's not our fault.
Anyways, that's all the final bosses. Do you want to say Eraser Jin's final form again?
Not even close. If you have to, though.
Alf-Layla Wa Layla.
Almost.
If you agree with our list, make sure to hit that like button down below. And if you don't agree with our list, make sure to tell us why. I mean, in all fairness, we didn't know some of these, so I fully expect somebody to say, hey, you dumbass.
Absolutely. Everyone has their own opinions, and each game was favorited by somebody, you know.
Yeah, there's somebody out there whose favorite game is Sonic 06. And bless his heart. It's probably, you're right there with me.
I am totally right here with you.